Nintendo, you can't keep doing this to me! Just a few days ago, you had your Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct showcasing so many different things, including a 3D All-Stars collection that I'll have to get. And now, just a few hours ago today, you announce that on November 20th, there's going to be a new Hyrule Warriors that's takes place during the Great Calamity, 100 years before Breath of the Wild, and it's canon. It's the actual story. Oh my god, you can't do this to me! I just bought a house. I have a child. I don't have any money left. Oh dear. Alright, so this announcement came while I was in the morning when I was at work. So right now this is my lunch break. I'm trying to film this and get it out like really quick, capitalize on this as fast as I can. I took a bunch of notes here of talking points to go over with this. Hyrule Warriors. Oh man. So, Legend of Zelda fanatic. Absolutely, I love. Everyone who knows me knows this. Sorry for my voice. I've been sick the last few days, if that's coming through poorly. Got the car kind of on to keep the heat on. We went from 95 degrees to snowing in the same day. Colorado, right? So, yes. Huge Zelda fanatic. Everyone knows that about me. Hyrule Warriors. I loved it. I'm not a big Dynasty Warriors guy, but when they first did Hyrule Warriors, I got it on the Wii U because it was Zelda, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do this, and I loved it. I still love it. I haven't played it in a while. I could go back and do a little bit here or there, but it's great. So now we have new Hyrule Warriors just announced, just earlier today. And oh boy. So, going over everything that we saw, it looks like there's going to be a return of some voice acting based on the one snippet that we got of Zelda saying she was wanting to protect everyone. Same voice actress, I'm sure, as Breath of the Wild. The box art looks phenomenal. All the art that we've seen so far looks beautiful, gorgeous. The gameplay that we've seen looks amazing. We've seen 6 playable characters thus far: Zelda, Link, and the 4 champions, Rivali, Mipha, Daruk, and Urbosa. So I think we're gonna have more than just those 6, but those 6 are absolutely gonna be the core. Zelda's gonna be a little bit off, I think, just because her whole character arc for Breath of the Wild is that she never unlocked her powers until like the very, very end of the Great Calamity. But from what we saw, she's using the Sheikah Slate as her main method of combat. So we can see a Lionel charging her, and she activates stasis on it. So she's still going to be there combating with the Sheikah Slate as her main weapon. So she's not going to be like totally out of the game until like the very end, which is cool. Let's see here. On the box art, there's what looks like a little baby guardian. It's white instead of the like blue and gray and black that the like mixtures that the others are. So that and it's like big. It's a bit oval shaped instead of the shape that all the other guardians are. So that is really like other than that, the box art, I haven't seen it in any of the trailer gameplay segments that they showed. That really makes me wonder what this thing is. What importance is it going to have? That really gets my brain firing off, because we all know what ends up happening in the Great Calamity. The 4 the 4 champions die, and their spirits inhabit their divine beasts until Link can get them back. Link is, deathly injured and has to be put in stasis for 100 years, and Zelda gets locked in you know, eternal conflict with Ganon, keeping him sealed for the next 100 years, while the rest of Hyrule just completely falls apart. So, whatever's going to happen with that little baby guardian, either it's going to have to be destroyed or die, or it's going to turn evil like all the others, and that's going to I can already tell that it's gonna tug at my heartstrings, because it looks so cute. Speaking of Hyrule, we're gonna see Hyrule before the Great Calamity destroyed everything. That is awesome. We're gonna see Hyrule as it was before nature reclaimed everything, and before the Guardians just wrecked everything. That is. We saw a couple shots, like the in the throne room, Battle of Akala, and a couple other spots, and it looks so nice. The fact that it's the Breath of the Wild engine and art style is, oh god, oh, it's getting my heart pumping, my heart racing. Oh, so what I'm looking at here, what I'm hoping to see, like, or at least what I anticipate seeing, and I would like to see it, is since, you know, this will absolutely be a downer ending game, we know that. I mean, the 4 champions will die, Link's gonna be injured, Zelda's gonna be out of action for 100 years. So the way that I'm seeing things is that as you go through the story mode, we're going to be playing, you know, each of the 4 champions, and we'll have a boss battle against the 4 Blight Ganons, the ones that, you know, end up taking them out and infecting their divine beasts. It'll be a, you know, normal boss battle, fight them within the divine beasts, and then beat them. At the end of the cutscene, the Blight Ganons take them out. Then final mission with Link will be like a hopeless battle where they just keep throwing more and more and more enemies, and it just lasts for however long you can last before Link finally succumbs, is how I end up seeing that. And then either immediate next mission or part 2 of the same mission, you suddenly take over as Zelda with her with her powers awakened. So instead of battling with a Sheikah Slate, her combat style changes to her light magic. With the, you know, final mission being going into Hyrule Castle and getting locked in battle with Ganon for 100 years. That's how I see it. That's how I anticipate things. That's what I think would be really cool. Going through my, okay, yes, I only have one more item on my list here to kind of discuss. Maybe I'll end up doing a more detailed analysis of this video when I have time to, like, sit down and, like, poke through individual parts and pieces. Who else do we want to see be playable in this game? So we have 6 we know of right off. Who else do we want to see as being playable? Whether it be for, like, just general battle, arcade modes, or in the story. I think that we could see King Rome, Zelda's father, the King of Hyrule. He could prove to be a capable badass on the battlefield, as well as being the king. And maybe he could end up getting, you know, a final battle scene as well atop the Great Plateau, where he ends up, you know, being buried at his grave site, where you can often find him as the old man, as his ghost, just chilling out in Breath of the Wild. I would love to see young Impa, because of course I love Impa. Anyone should know, like, I wanted Impa to be, like, in Smash Bros, and I've wanted, like, an Impa game. I think Impa is just a total all-around badass. Impa's in is in Hyrule Warriors as it is, I don't see why we wouldn't have, young Impa here 100 years earlier. As kind of a parallel to Impa, Pura, when she was in her youth, but not the little kid that we see her in Breath of the Wild because of her eternal youth cocktail that turned her into a small child. Because we saw Pura with Impa in Breath of the Wild flashback 100 years ago. I think that she could play a lot like Impa, but be more pop star-ish, more, Japanese idol, since her mannerisms in Breath of the Wild are kind of reminiscent on being kawaii and cutie. I think that she could really be a lot like Lana in Hyrule Warriors. Just less like full-on sorcerer magic and more Sheikah combat. The king of the Zora is King Dorephan, because dude is huge. He is built. And we already know that he defends Zora domain by just picking up a guardian and chucking it, and that became a moment recorded in Zora legend. So I see no reason why we can't actually include that in this game. That would be so badass. A couple others I can think of off the top of my head that I think would be less likely, but might still be kind of entertaining. Hestu as a musical combatant. We don't really know how old Hestu is or how old Koroks can get in general, but Hestu is, much larger than any other Korok, and he's still childlike like most of the others, and he's all sad in Breath of the Wild. And yes, he does ask Link to go get his maracas back from what amounts to being 3 goblins. So I don't see him being involved, but I think it would be really funny. And I just think it'd be really entertaining. If not as a story mode, then more as, a side battle mode. Just to be entertaining in that way, because Hestu would be hilarious. Along the same veins, a brand new character that could be Cass's mentor. We don't really know anything about Cass's mentor, who they were, or what they were like. Just, what little Cass told us. We don't even know their name, as far as I can recall off the top of my head. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But another, musical combatant, Cass's mentor, could be really cool. And it would give us a Rito option who's not a total haughty jackass like Ravioli. So that would be really entertaining and really cool, I think. Let me see. I tried to check what time it was and see how much time I had left before I have to go back in and clock back in, but then I realized that my phone that I'm recording on is blocking the clock. And I can't, screw it. I'll move it. Why not? Okay, 12:30. I have 30 minutes before I need to be back. And not that much more time and things to discuss. So, that's everything that I can think of that off the top of my head. That's my whole list here. I don't really... other playables. I'm sorry. Not for story mode, obviously, but to give more options for, multiplayer battle modes or arcade type style. The 4 Blight Ganons, I think we would be included. That's, maybe they won't, I don't know. That's just, again, just kind of ideas that I want to throw out there, so that things aren't limited by just what we would go through in story mode. But the 4 Blight Ganons I think would be really cool, especially the Wind Blight would be really awesome with its energy cannon. The Thunder Blight would be really cool with the super high-speed teleportation, or dropping down the lightning rods. Be awesome gameplay for a Warriors style combat. But that's everything I can think of off the top of my head, except for maybe Calamity Ganon himself, just, you know, the same way that we kind of see him at the end of Breath of the Wild when you do your one-on-one duel in the depths of Hyrule Castle. Though I don't see that. I don't see that so much as being an option for another playable character, but we'll see. Hyrule Warriors has like 36 characters, so for all I know, you know, this new Breath of the Wild prequel Hyrule Warriors crossover might end up also having like 36 characters that they just kind of pull from all over. Who knows? But I'm so excited for it. I am so excited. November 20th is when this bad boy's coming out, and the 18th, the Mario 3D All-Stars. I mean, oh, come on, Nintendo. There's only so much of my money I can afford to give you. You know, this they did also confirm that Breath of the Wild 2, they don't have anything to show us, any more information to give us right now, but they're still making progress on it. That's to be expected at this point. It's absolutely going to come out next year for the 35th anniversary, I'm sure, along with probably a couple other packages. But that we're getting this new Hyrule Warriors is amazing, and I love it. I am so excited for it. I can't wait for it. So drop comments down below on what characters you're excited to play as and what characters you would include in there outside of the 6 that we know for sure are going to be playable. So with that all in mind, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, some more Zelda news and gameplay that comes out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And with that all out of the way, guys, this game announcement absolutely 1000% has earned itself a great big hell yeah!